Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, man, y'all know what it is, man. God killing the house, man. What's up, family? Man, let's get ready to get it in. Let's get it in. Very, very interesting, man. Very interesting, man. We got a lot of loud mouths in this community, man. And they be loud, proud, and wrong. Man, y'all see what the title is, man. Is it ancient Egyptians, Caucasians, or Africans? You know what I'm saying? Man, we still got to go through this, man. Sometimes some people, man, are so wild because they just want to get noticed. They ain't got no books, no real serious scholarly work on anything. They Google shit. I ain't saying nothing wrong with Google, but damn, don't Google and mess it up. Man, y'all know why I'm here, man. Y'all see the title, man. So let's let the people come in the audience, man. Let's get going. 35,000 so far, man. We sitting back ready to get this thing in here, man. We got to go through this again, man. There was a statement made. And I didn't appreciate the statement. I would have stayed out of it if it wasn't an outright lie. There's some kind of way, the wild guy, some kind of way, ran me off my stance and made me change my mind. The audacity of that damn pseudo to say such things. Let's get this straight, man. I get my information from the experts. I talk to experts on the phone. I correspond with them through email. In any kind of way you can get to the damn experts, I'm there. So at no point, right, am I allowing a derelict to run me off my square and try to convince y'all with the lie. See, I don't mind the sword fighting, but I ain't never got a lie to win. But we got people around here in this community that got the lie to win. So if you sitting there thinking that the wild guy, the God best reloaded guy, that guy, if you think that guy ran me off my square, y'all got me bleeped up. But the audacity to come on here and lie about that is weak. I'm gonna find that clip somewhere where he claimed that. I mean, he left out with first of all, I ran him off the program. First of all, big up to all the people, man, that's tuned in, man. We're gonna get right to it, yo. I think it's important, yo. Man, and you know, we just need to really get to it. And there was a source. There's two sources I used, right, for these last 5 years, and I stayed on the same sources because I knew niggas be lying, right? So I wanted to always come back with the same sources that I always used. It was two sources I used, right? Now, of course, I've always provided a plethora of sources, but the two sources right here. So let's do this. There's two of them. Y'all know this one. The one article on the black people, right? All y'all that's been following me. The black people. Okay, let me find that. Here, the black people. Okay, because people was trying to take the term black and put it in a time period in a space where it became a national. Man, I can't even say the damn word right now. I'll get it. Hold on. Let me get the source first. Anachronism, that's the word, but they was using it, trying to take that word and superimpose it on ancient people, and I never was just going for it. And that was one of the problems. So y'all remember this right here. All right, the black people. Okay, I always use this right here to show you what they was calling the black people. Just let you know, first of all, it's a racial classification of people, usually political and skin color based category for specific populations with mid to dark complexion, often in countries, this is important, with socially based systems of racial classification. In the Western world, okay, Africa is not in the Western world. It says the term black is used to describe persons who are perceived as dark skinned in contrast to other populations. It say it is most commonly used for people of African ancestry, look, indigenous Australians, Malaysians, Negritos, though it has been applied in many contexts in other groups and is no indicator of any close ancestral relationship whatsoever. See that statement right there? Because just because you call somebody black don't mean they have any close ancestral relations. So you can say that the West Africans is black. You can say that the Northeast Africans is black. You can say that the South Africans is black, but that don't mean there's any close ancestral relationship at all. Goes on to say, however, not all people considered black have dark skin, and are often additional phenotypical characteristics are relevant, such as certain facial and hair features. It says, watch this, indigenous African societies do not use the term black as racial identity outside of the influence brought by Western cultures. And I think this to be a very, very piece right here. Indigenous African society. It's not saying they don't use it. It's saying that indigenous African societies do not use the term black as a racial identity outside of the influence brought by Western cultures. So there you go. So that's the one that's the one article I used. I didn't even show that to y'all, did I? All right. See? We put a bit so y'all can see it. Let me get this banner off there. Oh my goodness. Let's get it off there. All right. I mean, y'all gotta listen, comprehend that for a minute. So when I'm coming up here saying, I'm not using the term black, all right, because it's anachronistic, boy, tongue tied. It wasn't forged in the time periods that we're talking about. And to apply something that is a modern term in ancient civilizations is anachronistic. Okay? Meaning it does not fit in that particular time period. So it's something we want to do. It's not what the ancients would do. And then the fight started out. So at no point did I need that pseudo to tell me what to say and how to say it. So he never moved or changed my position. My position was always based off of understanding literature when certain terms came to be and how to apply them. One of the first people that I learned to listen to was Dr. John Henry Clark on the subject, and he clearly said, right, that black is something applied by Europeans. Why do we use it? John Henry Clark said that. So as we get the program going, I'll play John Henry Clark saying that. So I'm following the footsteps of John Henry Clark, not this nut. The other article I use, right, on a regular basis, okay? Regular basis now. Let me get this one. It's called the Egyptian race controversy. Always use it. And I always read this. This was my stance right here. Come down here. Hold on. Let's come down here. Come right here, right? I used to read it. Now I want y'all to know, man, I want everybody to read this article. Read the whole damn article. And see if it's saying what Chief X is saying. We followed consensus around here. So I always read this right. This was my stance on the ancient Egyptian. Mainstream Western scholars reject the notion that Egypt was a white or black civilization. You can put the damn word Caucasian in there because that's what your boy using. It says they maintain that applying modern notions of black or white races on the ancient Egyptians is anachronistic. All right? You can't apply it. Has no bearing on the situation. It's a term created now and you're placing it back then. It's like in the biblical text, where you read the word camels in the book of Genesis, that's anachronistic because there weren't any camels during the time of Abraham and them in that particular area. So when you put camels there, right, you're doing the same thing people do when they claim the Egyptians to be black. Now, saying the Egyptians are not black based off of understanding racial categories and racialization, that doesn't mean you're saying that the Egyptians aren't indigenous to the continent of Africa and maintain color ranging from dark to light. Our indigenous Africans have been saying that for at least 10, 11 years. But let's read. It says they maintain that applying the notion of black or white to races, the ancient Egyptians, is anachronistic. In addition, scholars reject the notion implicit in a black or white Egyptian hypothesis that the ancient Egyptians was racially homogenous. Instead, it says skin color varied between the peoples of Lower Egypt and Upper Egypt and Nubia. It's important right there. Remember, the upper is the lower and the lower is the upper. It says, who rose to power in various eras of ancient Egypt. So it was time when Nubia rose to power. It was time when Upper Egypt rose to power. It was time when Lower Egypt rose to power. It says, within Egyptian history, despite multiple foreign invasions, the demographics were not shifted substantially by large migrations. Other scholars have suggested that there may have been a gradual period of demographic change in Syro-Palestinian via the Eastern Delta. So I've always used this source. So you always knew what my stance was, and I could come right back to it. So I ain't need nobody to change my stance because I stayed right here. So this is important to this whole conversation. And if you're serious about the work, you'll take time out and read small pieces of this. Very, very important. This is a great daggone read right here, man. It gives you the whole background on the controversy. They added these parts right here. They added this in here. The 1974 UNESCO conference. Remember, this is the one where Diop's was presenting his work. People act like it was a debate. It actually wasn't. It was a scientific conference, which he was invited. And they put forth their work, all right, on the origins of the ancient Egyptians. He brought his black hypothesis, okay? All right, and they talk about that. They also get to talk about, they actually did an upgrade on the daggone thing, okay? And one of the scholars that we're in contact with, sa.neter, it's my man, all right? He's actually in that new book. Remember, they had 9 verse 10. I believe he'd be in book 10 or 11. That's a new upgrade, right? And so if you come to the 2025 UNESCO Multidisciplinary Review, they reviewed the whole thing. This is important. All right? Read it. Read what they're saying. Okay? Let's see if you can deal with this. So right here it says, UNESCO, the International Scientific Community Chair and archaeologist, Augustine Hall, stated that that Egypt was situated in an intersection between Africa and Eurasia. I hope the hell y'all know what Eurasia is. It say, but affirmed Egypt is African. That's important. So they're affirming their information. It say, with the influxing distribution of African and Eurasian populations depending on the historical circumstances. Do y'all agree with this statement? I know I do. You got to understand population genetics. You got to understand migrations. Okay? Coordinating reviewer, historian, and archaeologist Dolan Conate stated the volume featured the general review of the archaeology of sub-Saharan Africa, and one of the strengths of the work, okay, is an emphasis on the African roots of the Egyptian civilization. How long did it take for them to get there for that? I'm gonna say it again, y'all. How long did it take for them to get there for that? Long damn time, didn't it? So I don't know why people even fight and argue with me. It makes no sense to me. Why fight and argue when the roots of Egyptian civilization is indigenous African? And then once you understand evolution, because that's why we teach evolution, because you can look at evolution to understand the populations and migrations in the Nile Valley. And this one, I had this crazy ass argument with Jabari over what a confluence was. All right, because in that area, Western Asia, Eurasia, right now, Africa, right, there's a confluence. You can have a confluence between, let me get the thing back up here. You can actually have a confluence between continents. You can have a confluence between people migrating. You can have a confluence with rivers. It's the coming together, the meeting point. So once you understand that, so you understand the indigenous roots of Africa, okay, you understand that the Nile River is a conduit, meaning it's a conduit for gene flow back and forth. You put these things together and you get a pretty good picture. And then once you recognize that there's no one way to be African, just like there's no one way to be Asian in Eurasia, right? You got Koreans, you got Japanese, you got Chinese, you got the subcontinent of India, which is in Asia, you got the Caucasus. Okay, all of them are Asians. They're on that plate. That they're Asian. They all of them are Asians because there's no one way to be Asians. Human populations are diversified based off of their environment. When the genes interact with radiation, and mutations occur based off of damage to the DNA, causes a mistake, a mutation. Not trying to go over your head. I'm just giving you a point that your eyes are lying to you, right? I talk about this all the time, man, in this conversation. And if y'all just got to be ready to get it. Like some things you just don't have to actually fight. It ain't even worth it. So let me just share this for y'all real fast. Let me show y'all something, man. All right, this is what we use all the time with the community skeptics and the pseudo killers, man. We use this type of work right here all the time. Let's use something for Neil deGrasse real fast, man. And then we can get in here to beating up this damn pseudo, right? Okay. Teaching Scientific Thinking and Communication by Neil deGrasse. I mean, this is important, bro. Like, so he comes right here. Let me get to this point right here. The whole read, man. Let me see if I can get to the truth theory, scientific method, hypothesis. I want to get to this. All right. Skepticism, the value of skepticism. Okay. One of the most powerful defenses against sloppy thinking, right? And intellectual laziness is skepticism. All right. We keep moving. Hold on. Understanding bias. Yeah, our biases. A lot of that work, that early work on Egypt, it was filled with biases. And then when the Afrocentric community came to go, to try to fix the situation, they put a lot of their biases in it. And this is why it was good for science to weigh in on the subject. And it was top notch that Diop's actually jumped in the situation. And important confirmation bias. Y'all need to read up on that. All right. Cognitive biases. All right. That up. So let me get to the point I want to have. Correcting for biases. Yeah, say, how then do you protect yourself from something that is seemingly hardwired into your brain? First, need to train yourself to admit defeat. Yeah. See? Yeah, I just had to admit, yo, legit that, and that's why the scientific method is important because it helps to tear down some biases. Let me see, general curiosity. I want to get the knowing the audience. That's something I gotta really learn. Because I be talking to people and they be like, what the hell are you talking about? Getting ideas across, man. If y'all get in contact with me, I give you this document, Neil's mission. Hold on. This is a good one. Neil, Rise and Fall to Plato. Hold on. Senses versus science. This is it right here. It seems pretty simple, doesn't it? Our first and most basic link to the universe is provided by our senses. Seeing something or hearing it, smelling it, feeling it, tasting it, grounds us in reality. So our senses must be an important part of looking at the world from a scientific point of view, right? That certainly sounds right. But Neil deGrasse argues repeatedly that our senses are not terrible good indicators when it comes to scientific matters. See, and this is where the rubber meets the road at. This is where the rubber meets the daggone road at. Your senses aren't very good indicators. Okay? It says science didn't achieve maturity until we invented machines, mechanisms, devices that either replaced our senses, extended our senses, or became whole other senses entirely. There are things going on out there that our five senses know nothing about. See? So when it comes to the ancient Egyptian conversation, man, we in trouble. If we don't understand evolution, if we don't understand how populations move, if we don't understand variation in human population, somebody will trick you like a pseudo X and continue to use outdated words like Caucasian to explain an African indigenous conversation. He bringing shit all the way back to scientific racism. It's horrid. Let me finish this. The notion that seeing is believing, he writes, in Astrophysics for People in a Hurry, works well in many endeavors, including mechanical engineering, fishing, perhaps dating. Yeah, you see a fine chick. Yeah, They say, but it doesn't make good science, right? Science is not just seeing. It's about measuring preferably with something that's not your eyes. Remember I keep saying that? It say, which are inextricably conjured with the baggage of your brain. Yeah, see, the way your brain is thinking, your eyes is right there in sync. I see it. That look like this. That statue right there is a Negro. Pseudo Sanchez said that, remember? I said, that's a monkey, man. But he couldn't disconnect his eyes from his cognitive biases and what he thought was, quote unquote, a Negro. And I'm going to get into that. It says that baggage is more often than not a satchel of preconceived ideas, post-conceived notions, and outright biases. Our senses, after all, evolved in the African savannas hundreds of thousands of years ago. They were useful for keeping us alive, whether that meant avoiding hungry lions or figuring out whether a certain leaf was safe to eat. But even highly developed senses, mankind finds a way to believe all sorts of highly unlikable things. The existence of witches, Athena being born from the head of Zeus, and the rest of it. Consider that human machine. Neil writes in Death by Black Holes, he says, while good at decoding while good at decoding the basics of our immediate environment, basically your senses are great at figuring out things in the immediate environment, like when the day or night or when a creature is about to eat us. Has very little talent for decoding how the rest of nature works without tools of science. is. And this is my point right here. So if you sitting there looking at a damn statue and saying, that right there, that's a Negro, and you hollering, screaming, and I'm sitting on the panel, and you claiming the FBA and all that, or you Chief X talking about they Caucasians because that's what it look. I'm gonna beat you up. And I'm gonna use science to do it. And I'm gonna use black scientists like I just did right here. Because I'm just wanting to teach y'all to understand that your eyes can lie to you, man. That I'm saying that your very psyche, your worldview, okay, has been integrated with racist ideas, and you don't even know it. John Henry Clark tried to tell you. He tried to explain it to you. He tried to say, man, okay, basking in the blackness is cool, but at a certain point, man, come on, yo. Because it's baggage. And it's not good for scientific topics. And the origin of a population in the Nile Valley, because it's a valley, your senses and all that, your biases, it's going to mess you up in the subject, man. And you'll have a pseudo diving on here talking crazy. We all saying this is craziness. Then he lies about the DNA. So I'm going to take the DNA article. I'm going to take it out of my hands. I'm going to take it out of this. I'm going to put it in ChatGPT right in front of your face. Before we even play his craziness, I'm preparing you for the foolery. I mean, this is easy work. Go read. Go read. I told y'all gotta. I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna definitely drop this. I'm gonna go read. Hold on. The Egyptian race controversy article. They've upgraded the damn thing, right? And the chair clearly says that Egypt is an indigenous African thing, and then they talk about Diops. They give them props when they need to, because remember, at a scientific conference, right, is where they bring the data together. And from 1974, 74 all the way up to today, right, they've been gathering information, going over the nose, figuring it out. And man, we come to a consensus. Okay? Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, and then y'all, and during this long conversation, man, I know y'all heard me bring up the Brooklyn Museum. I'll probably go to my notes for that. All right. Probably had to do another show. But I'll go to the Brooklyn Museum when it talks about how the movement of culture goes from a southerly to northern. Doesn't mean that people wasn't in the north. Doesn't mean that at all. It's simply saying that the culture that would become dominant, right? Those features would move in a northerly direction. The last time I checked, Nubia is in Egypt. Southern Egypt is where Tar City starts. And I'm going to bring a professional. I'm going to play the little clip for you so y'all can see that we're not just making this up. That's why I asked the pseudo X. I say, pseudo X, are you considering the Nubians Negro? I said, I don't use the term, but are you saying that? All through his presentation, he called the Nubians black. When I get up there, he take him an hour and ask, well, you know, I'm just saying, are you considering them black? See, because he knows that point. If he answered yes, which he said 100 times, then he's a dead man. Now he would have to admit that the Egyptians made some kind of electric fence that would not allow them to have sex with the Nubians. That it was some kind of barrier like in medieval times that stopped the Nubians from going to Egypt and having sex with them. That would defy all logic now, wouldn't it? He's the one using the racialized terms like black and Caucasian. Not me. And Negro. Not me. He's actually acquiescing to the faulty premise. What's the faulty premise? There's no such thing as the Negro. That's a racialized term produced by colonial powers. I refuse to apply that to ancient populations. I only say I'm black and black African power for political reasons, that you know that I know who the hell you are. That's why I use it. But when I'm talking scientific ideas, I'm never going to use a confusing term. I'm never applying it to the Egyptians. Back in the day, I did. But as I got better at what I did, I recognized it was just wrong. And we can always change our stances, but under no circumstance did this pseudo cause me to do that. It was my acclimate in understanding evolution and biodiversity that pushed me towards saying what I need to say 11, 13 years ago. Big up to Ngozi. Big up to the young brother who was 22 when I met him. He was saying that shit forever. So, we here. Let me, which way I want to kill him? Should we listen to the foolery in his own words? Let me see. I think we're gonna let him foolery itself. All right. Okay. And remember, let me show y'all this. I want to, because this is the article, but he don't even know what article he's referencing. He actually referenced this. Look, he talking about the DNA after they DNA. They be thinking the DNA studies changed them from being African. So y'all can see this, right? Let me make sure. All right, here you go. See? All right, that's whole genome ancestry of an old kingdom Egyptian, right? See that PDF right there? We're going to take that PDF right there, and we're going to put that PDF inside of ChatGPT. And we're going to find out what it said. We ain't going to let Chief X get us with the foolery. The blim, blam, 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 boom. No, we not. No. No, we not. Yeah, I refuse. I completely refuse. So, ancient genome sequence. I dropped it in already, but I want y'all to see me dropping it in there. That way we ain't, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Make sure y'all can see it. Hold on. Damn right y'all can see it. Y'all ain't gotta go through the nonsense. Y'all can correct yourself. So that's the article right there, right? Drop it in there. PDF. The answer. Does the article claim the ancient Egyptians are Caucasian, African, or Middle Eastern? The answer is no. So Chief X lying to us. He claimed that the DNA says that the daggone Egyptians was some Iranians, some Caucasian, all kind of stuff, didn't it? It said no, it does not claim that the ancient Egyptians were Caucasian and Middle Eastern or any other modern racial category. It explicitly avoids racial topologies, and instead frames the finding in population genetics in geographical terms. See, he won't tell you this. He said what the article actually says precisely. The primary ancestry is in North Africa local. So, people try to act like North Africa ain't Africa. All of a sudden, because they got a different cut on them, a different variation on them, because they have influx from other populations, all of a sudden North Africa not Africa. See, that's the game. The sequence Old Kingdom individual, no rap, 2,555 to 2,570 BCE is modeled as deriving most of his ancestry from North African Neolithic population. They'll find all kinds of ways to act like, boy, that's something else, lying. Particularly those related to the Middle Neolithic Morocco. It say this is treated as indigenous North African ancestry, not Caucasian or Middle Eastern. Most of his genome is best represented by North African Neolithic. Do y'all know where Egypt is? It's actually Northeast Africa. That's another point to bring. It's a secondary ancestry, Eastern Fertile Crescent, 20 to 22%. The paper identifies a minor but sufficient ancestral component related to Neolithic Mesopotamia and Eastern Fertile Crescent, reflecting prehistoric gene flow via migration and integration, not ethnic or replacement or racial identity. So there wasn't a replacement. Remember we talk about replacement population? This is a direct statement. Approximately 20% of his genomic ancestry can be traced to genes representing Eastern Fertile Crescent. We expected that because we could see some of the material culture, right? Because they was trading. Explicit rejection of racial labels. The authors never use and endorse categories like Caucasian, white, or Middle Eastern, or biological. Instead, the PCA's admixture and QPADM's models, it say refer to North Africa, Western Asia, and Northeast Africa as geographic population descriptors. Treat ancestry as clonal and mixed, not discrete. This aligns with modern population genetics, which rejects race or biological categories. Phenotype equals race. No, it says individuals predicted. It says stated uncertainty. It says to have brown eyes, brown hair, skin pigmentation ranging from dark to black. Read it again. The individual is predicted with stated uncertainty to have brown eyes. So the Nurak mummy had brown eyes, had brown hair, and had skin pigmentation ranging from dark to black, reinforcing the phenotype does not map clearly onto ancestral or race. Bottom line, y'all, you know he was cheating. Not Caucasian, boom. Not Middle Eastern, boom. As an identity, right? Yeah, okay. Not framed in racial terms at all. Checkmark, indigenous North African. Documented, hold on. With documented prehistoric gene flow from Western Asia, fully consistent with modern anthropology and population genetics. Right? We can compare Keita, Irish, and all them different works. You know, I'm like, come on, man. So do I gotta grab it again? Do I gotta grab it again? Do I gotta grab that again? Let me see. Boom. All right. Hey, look, watch this. And then I can say, look, boom, bang. I grab it. But do it again. Right? For those who try to act like they ain't see what I just did. We put it in here. Boom. All right. All right, hold on. Does this article claim that the ancient Egyptians are Caucasian or African or Middle Eastern? Or does it claim, let me see. What I want, let's see. All right, hold on. What I want to ask him. There you go. That's put the same damn question. Add on the word in there. Here you go. I don't gotta read all that, but it says clear, direct answer based strictly on the article. The article does not claim the ancient Egyptians are Caucasian, nor does it classify them as Middle Eastern race. So why do you keep doing that, yo? Because he's a damn pseudo. All right. It does place them firmly in Africa and describe their ancestry using population genetics, geographic term, not racial categories. What the article explicitly says, the ancient Egyptians are Africans, North Africans. And he try to do a show, act like a no, do all kind of shit. Look, this paper states that most of the genome of the Old Kingdom best represented by North African Neolithic ancestry, meaning the ancestry derived from populations indigenous to North Africa, which is part of Africa, not Eurasia. Come on, man. Look, they're additional ancestry from Western Asia, not a racial identity. Okay? 20 to 22% of ancestors show affinity with populations from Eastern Fertile Crescent. Anyway, the paper rejects racial language. So why is he using it? Why is he talking about it? Final takeaway. Talks about the phenotype supports the African context. Once again, the phenotype supports an African context. The individual all right, is predicted withstands uncertainty to have skin pigmentation ranging from dark to black, further undermining any Caucasian framing. Here, final takeaway, pseudo X, not Caucasian, not Middle Eastern race, African, North African, with what? With documented prehistoric gene flow from Western Asia, described using modern population genetics, not race. That's called checkmate where I'm from. So why did this man keep using that term? Because he's a damn pseudo. Why does he keep lying to y'all? Because he's a damn pseudo. Here's the term he keeps using. And he keeps using over and over and over and over again. The Caucasian race. Let's see. The Caucasian race, also called Caucasoid, Yoid, and Europoid, is an obsolete racial classification of humans based on a now disproven theory of biological race. Why is this man coming up on sa.neter, Black News 102, knowing damn well we here watching? You got the young brothers watching, big up to the bomb squad. You got all the participants that's coming, watching, and this man can't say nothing better but try to rouse the crowd to get somebody to watch him and say they Caucasian when he know damn well this shit is outdated. Obsolete racial classification of humans based on the disproven theory of biological race. The Caucasian race has historically regarded as a biological taxon, which depended on which of the historical race classification was being used, usually include ancient and modern populations from Europe, Western Asia, North Africa, see, they used to call them Caucasians, right? South Asia, and some parts of Central Asia and the Horn of Africa. They were trying to call everybody Caucasian. Do you know why they was trying to call everybody Caucasian? They was trying to call everybody Caucasian because they was like, ain't nowhere in the world we in Africa and we got these people, their culture is on high. Their monuments is better than anything we have in Europe. There has to be somebody that invaded this place, thus coming from Western Asia, right? Or the Caucasus area, thus we'll call them the Caucasians. Because they actually thought that. Why is this man bringing these ideas to light like that? Why is he doing all from the 1780s? He's bringing that nonsense. I mean, let me calm down. I can't believe he did it. Oh, y'all don't believe he did it? Well, let's see. sa.neter had to correct him. Let's see. Maybe I'm tripping. He wouldn't say that. Oh, man. Oh, man. Then he did the whole tributary thing. You don't know the damn tributary? The tributary. Man, let's get this straight, yo. When it comes to Nubia, yo, they actually rivaled ancient Egypt, man. He's still bringing them old ideas where they swear that Nubia was under the foot of Egypt. And some time periods they was. And some time periods they wasn't. And some time periods it was vice versa. This is the now consensual understanding of the relationship between Egypt and Nubia. And both groups came out of the Green Sahara. Nubians, Egyptians, and Libyans out of the Green Sahara. With populations trickling in from the Levant. Let's hear it in his own words as he mess up. Because he's a pseudo. What he shouldn't have did was he shouldn't have mentioned Dr. Mayat's name. He knows Shorty don't do nothing. She chilling. She's a real doctor. She has real students. She's doing real work. Man, like she has helped my career so much. I'm never letting that nigga get away with that. Never. Right? See, you got a person doing real work. When you got a person that come up on YouTube is drunk, like Pseudo X. See, he was drunk doing that lecture. Y'all ain't know? Yeah. See, he was drunk. You don't know what you're talking about. Because you got to be drunk saying the things out of his mouth. So let's see. Let's see. Am I just messing with him? All right? Because he gonna cry. Yeah. We give you some light. Go ahead and bubble up again. Right? Go get your help too. Go get your help. All right, go get your help. All right, why don't you go get your help? Go get your help. Go try to pile, get your people, right? And tell them to do what I just did. Throw that shit in ChatGPT. Yeah, do that. Because y'all all seen me put the article in ChatGPT that he was claiming wasn't that. And every now and then, Chief X would do the little trick on y'all. He'd say, yeah, I'm saying they're African. And then he would explain everything outside of Africa. I'm going to say it again for those who are getting sharp. Pseudo X will say, yes, they are African. And then he will explain the population outside of Africa. I got that video too. He said he just was from Iran. Then he took that video down. But I got it, and I'm going to play it today. Because the pseudo always dies at its source. Yeah, we cooking with hot damn grease. Let's hear his words. Let's hear it. Here we go. Yeah. Give him some, beat him half to death, then let Jabari get him. First of all, he claiming Egypt be a tributary state. He messed all that up. All right? He don't know what he talking about. Sometimes they was that. Most times they wasn't. He don't say that. You know why? Because he literally hates himself. He literally hates himself. He one of them dudes that hate Africa. Right? He one of them dudes that play them games because he gets the wild people to back him. And for the first time in his life, y'all listen to this nigga. Anyway, let me keep going. Because I ain't hating, I'm just participating. Okay. Yeah, let's hear it.
Understand this. Now, this token often took the form of substantial transfer of wealth, such as the delivery of...
He's slurring his words because he's drinking. See, I know when he's drinking now.
...produce or slaves. The delivery of what, Chief X? The delivery of gold, common sense science, or slaves.
Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. If you saying common sense science, yo, science is counterintuitive. It's not based off of common sense. So you saying common sense science, yo, you a pseudoscientist. Let me keep going down.
So that a tribute best be seen as a permanent superior state. Okay? What about a tributary state, Chief X? Let's define it. On point to the Egyptians. If you consider Sudan to be part of North Africa, to be enslaved in what you call North Africa is the Nubians. So we're going to use some common sense science and some logic here today. And this is a challenge to Jabari Osase. I need him to answer this question and use logic. Do not manipulate my words. Do not take what I'm saying and presenting out of context. Keep it plain and right there. So let's just start by saying that. Oh, hold on, partner. I paused it. Oh, we're gonna get into the etymology. You just close your mouth and listen. You can't understand or hear or digest anything if you typing and emotional in the chat.
Oh, so he was playing a video of himself. So he been messing it up. So he playing a video of himself. All right.
Egyptians has always.
What the hell is always? Egyptians is always what? Let me hear you, pseudo X. Y'all heard him. He's speaking in absolutes. And when you speak in absolutes, you're absolutely wrong. Let's hear it.
Dr. Banu. I knew somebody's going to be on point. Right? So Egyptians have always had issue or considered Nubians or Cushites their enemies.
Not true. He made that shit up. On purpose and willfully. He will never come before you and say, you know, I kind of got that wrong. Some time periods it was like that. Some time periods it wasn't. Sometimes it was family. Sometimes it was that. You were married. All that. You know, it's like the United States. White people talk crazy about black people. Black people talk crazy about white people. And then you go to households where they be married. On the ground, It's back and forth, man. It ain't just one way. You go to a restaurant full of white patriots, no problem. And vice versa. Then you hear the news flash. White people can't stand black people, or black people can't, but on the ground, most of the times we're getting along, right? Okay. So I'm telling you, based off the historical record, that just because you would read in the official royal records that the Nubians or the Egyptians had a problem on the ground, it wasn't even like that. They wouldn't live their lives. That's a scientific fact for you. Let's keep going.
Nubia, Cushites paid tribute to the Egyptians. Paying tribute means, let's just get this out the way real quick. Hold on.
Nigga, tight.
Let's just define this real quick.
Tight. Tight. Put together a PowerPoint. You know the bomb squad.
This is just give you an understanding of what we're about to talk about. So,
what you
let
got?
me share my screen. Bam. Share my screen.
What you got for?
Bam. Share my screen. Bam. The entire screen. Yep. Also share system audio. Yep. Bam. Here we go.
Yo, tripping. Yo, got the Nubians like slave labor built the pyramid. What the hell?
Let's do this. Let's define what a tributary state is. I hope you guys can see.
Yeah, we can see it. What's the tributary?
Let me make it a little bigger.
What's a tributary state?
Nubia, now called Sudan, or the Cushites, were a tributary state towards Egypt. Egypt which was the dominant superior state. Okay?
Is that on that paper? Is that on that paper? See? So your mind will automatically say, oh, that's the no. He's just wrong. He won't even come back and correct that. He won't say, you know what, I was wrong. I got that part wrong. He won't do that. He won't.
What about a tributary state, Chief X? Let's define it. A tributary state is a pre-modern, that's what we're talking about, a pre-modern state. We're talking about ancient Egypt and Nubia. A tributary state is a pre-modern state in a particular type of what? Subordinate relationship. Who are they in a subordinate relationship to? They're in a subordinate relationship to a more powerful state, like I said, which involve the sending of regular tokens of alliance, or tribute to what? The superior power. Understand this. Now, this token often took the form of substantial transfer of wealth, such as the delivery of produce or slaves. The delivery of what, Chief X? The delivery of gold. Common sense science.
Common sense science, my man.
So that a tribute best be seen as a payment of protection money. Remember that? What I said. Protection money. Paying tribute. In other words, give us this motherfucking gold in these slaves, or we will whoop your motherfucking. I'm sorry, son. It's just this. So in order to not get
oh man, let that man cuss like a
your
slave.
ass whooped and
man.
Guess what you do? I just spoke on tributary states. I didn't know this was saying this, but since it is, it's just backing what I said. Okay. The Islamic conquest, the 7th century Arab conquest of North Africa, integrated these existing routes into what? Larger Islamic systems, with Nubia becoming a source of what? Tribute. What?
So he's not comprehending that. So there's a difference between a tribute state and Nubia paying tribute. I think the bomb squad put that out. when they made the point that, man, and brother Reggie actually brought the point out too. Both they brought the point out. They was like, man, they paid tribute, yo, but they wasn't subjected to the daggone Islamic State like that. They didn't conquer Nubia. This man took the word tribute and mix up tributary state. What the hell is going on here? It's clear. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He should just fix that. But you think he'll come in and fix that? Nope. He won't. He mixed it up. And we're going to fix that slave thing too, you on, because you're on foolery. Watch that.
Including slaves.
So wait, and then he equates a time period around 1500 BCE all the way to a time period 600, 7th century, bro? He put them two time periods together? He's using a time period in 1550 BCE, right, where Nubia was a tributary state, and he mixed it up with the Islamic incursion into the Nile Valley because they had conquered Egypt for sure, right? And he mixed it with this. He mixed because they reached a deal, bro, because they couldn't get him. So they just reached a deal. It's like, oh, we don't lose too many men trying to do that. Let's work it out the paperwork. So they worked the paperwork out. They would give them tribute. They was not subjected to the Islamic State like they wasn't a tribute state. Man, boy, he did that on purpose.
Under a treaty.
And he just ran by. Oh, see, I think it say this. He ran by it too. Because he's seen the word tribute and almost lost his mind.
What treaty was this?
That's that common sense science for y'all.
Let's talk about it. The treaty was the backed treaty. Right? I don't know if I'm saying that right.
He go from the back treaty back to the 1500 time period. Watch this.
But look, but in order what? To prevent further Arab invasions, meaning to prevent us from kicking your ass, you give us 360.
And 651, an Arab army invaded, but it was repulsed. Am I reading that right? Man, bro. Let me see, bro. Let me see. I know some of my Egyptian brothers are going to get on this. In 651, an Arab army invaded, but it was repulsed, and a treaty known as the Ba'ath was signed to prevent further Arab invasion. In exchange for 360 slaves each year, this treaty lasted until the 13th century. The period from the 9th to the 11th century saw a peak in Makuru culture develop. British construction and activity resulted in construction of buildings like the Throne Hall and the Great Cuneiform Church, both Dungala. Y'all know what Dungala is, right? So he equates tributary state with tributary. A clear mistake. Yeah. Look, man. I don't gotta show no source. I'm using his source. But since you think I'm talking about, let me do this for you. Let me come here for you. Here you go. We'll just do this. Easy work. Was Nubia a tributary state to Egypt? There you go. The short answer, sometimes, but not consistently and not permanently. Oh, because the political relationship between Nubia and Egypt varied by period, region, power balance. Nubia was not inherently or permanently a tributary state to Egypt. There you go. Defining tributary state historically, ancient Near East, Nile Valley context, tributary relations typically meant political, subordinate, polity. Regular payments of goods, gold, cattle, labor, often enforced by military presence and administration, without full annexation or cultural incursion. When Nubia was a tributary to Egypt, the Middle Kingdom, Egyptian Middle Kingdom, 2700 BCE. Egypt expanded through the lower Nubia Waret fortress at Buniu, Simana. Control of gold mines, trade routes, and labor. Nubian chiefs existed but under Egyptian oversight. The lower Nubian functioned as a tributary zone, not all Nubia. Say it again, not all Nubia. See, just pieces of it. New Kingdom, 1550 to 1070. Egypt conquered Nubia up to the Fourth Cataract, established a viceroy of Kush. Nubia provided gold soldiers. When Nubia was independent and dominant, Kerma Kingdom, 2500 BCE to 1550 BCE. Powerful Nubian states centered in Kerma at times militarily opposed Egypt. Egypt texts describe Kerma as foreign rival, not vassal, evidence of Nubian raids into Upper Egypt during Egyptian political fragmentation. Kerma was independent, at times dominant, not tributary. The Parthian Kushites, 800 to 650. Kings of Nubia conquered Egypt, founded the 25th dynasty. Egypt ruled, Egypt was ruled by Nubia. See, all of Egypt was ruled by Nubia. See, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the fact that that Egypt never ruled the entire Nubia, but Nubia ruled the entire Egypt. They ruled Egypt. They had one of the largest empires at the time. They ruled Egypt all the way to the Mediterranean. They ruled parts of the Mediterranean. Modern Egyptological and Nubian studies emphasize no eternal hierarchy between Egypt and Nubia. Relations shifted due to climate, trade routes, military capacity, internal political stability. Nubia was not a cultural derivative of Egypt. Nubia states had distinct political institutions, burial traditions, and ideology. This aligns with the work of scholars such as Bruce Trigger, David O'Connell, Stuart Tyson Smith. Bottom line conclusion, Nubia was not inherently a tributary state of Egypt. Certain periods, especially during Egyptian Middle and New Kingdom, parts of Nubia were subordinate or administrated by Egypt. At other times, Nubia was fully independent and politically dominant, including ruling Egypt itself. So there was not a time where Egypt ruled all of Nubia, but there clearly was a time for at least 100 years where Nubia ruled all of Egypt. This is dynamic political history, not fixed civilization hierarchy. So there's your source for that. Now, let us get back to where we was at. All right. Let me stay out the crazy. The chat be crazy. Chat get you messed up here. All right.
Slaves a year. And this treaty lasted until the 1300th century. The Arab slave trade, the trans-Saharan slave trade.
Just for the record, they just gave him tributary. It was not a tributary state at this time. Just for clarity.
Was from 700 to 1400, who were not black folk. Are you with me so far? We're going to be done in about 20 minutes. You can tell the Egyptians ain't black from this scene right here. Check this out. When you see these Nubians in the tribute scene, I don't know if you can see my arrow, but I'm waving it around Nubians on the left top corner. And you see the white thing around those in their neck? That is a rope, meaning they are in bondage. They're bonded and shackled up by their hands and their neck. And these are the slaves that are being brought to the Egyptians.
So let's get this straight. Here's some education on the subject. People take all the different, there's about 6, 7, 8 different tribes that they classified as Nubians. So these, once again, the same way y'all say African and make everybody the same, say the Africans enslaved Africans, when I asked out, these were different polities. All right? So don't get confused. I'm going to say this again. You have different groups that Europeans named Nubians and they clumped them all together. Pseudo X is doing the exact same thing. He'll have you think that they're actually enslaving their brother, the Nubians. That's not true. They had a whole different, that's a whole different group. that they classify as Nubians. And guess what, y'all? They was prisoners of war. Can I verify this? Of course I can. What are we talking about here? This is easy work. Easy work. The Tomb of New scene, 18th dynasty, the reign of Tutankhamun. Okay, we're gonna go there, but first, let's get back to the wild ass pseudoisms. He wild with it. Let's keep going. Okay, Nahesi. Yeah, I like the Nahesi. Yeah, definitely like Nahesi too. Absolutely, that's one of the tribes though.
In this tributary scene, you see them now. Before they got here,
you know what's funny? He don't go to the right. They Nubians too, and them Nubians are like they dress like Egyptians, don't they? With the chariots and all that. They Nubians too. Totally different from the Nubians back there. Can y'all see the difference? I'm gonna get a better picture, y'all. But I'm letting you know that all those are Nubians, different groups. See? And they fly. Y'all know the best linen came from Nubia, right? You know the Nubians wore shoes. Look, this group of Nubians got on shoes, right? We the Egyptians wasn't even wearing shoes. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that the Nubians produced the finest linen in the Nile Valley? You didn't know the Nubians produced shoes where the Egyptians wasn't wearing shoes? Y'all didn't know that? Look it up. These are people that he called black. But how about to the right? They vary in color. They even have, some of them even have what you would call the Egyptian color scheme. All right. Now, I'm not looking at the color, right, in the pack, because really they show you different colors to separate so you can see each individual. So I understand why they do. So I'm not asphyxiating skin color like. I'm just letting you know that the way they dress, the sounds and all that you would think they was damn Egyptians to the right, but they actually not. They Nubians. And then everybody think that all Nubians look like the ones on the left, and Chief X is clumping them all together. So I'm letting you know right here that I can verify that these are actually prisoners of war that they're taking to the daggone Egyptians as tribute. Just for the record. Let's finish him say what he got said.
They were sailing on this boat on the left, right here, shackled up on the left on a boat with ropes on their neck. You see them?
Yeah, now pause for a minute.
Okay, I paused. Sorry.
Yeah, but the title says the Nubians was enslaved by the Arabs. Those are not Arabs?
No, these are not. I'm showing you Nubians paying tribute.
Right.
I'm going to break down.
The Nubians are the ones that's enslaved, right?
These are Nubian slaves.
Right. So who's enslaving them?
Their own Nubian people brought slaves to the Egyptians. They brought their own people to the Egyptians.
Right. I want you to get to the part where the Arabs are enslaving them.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. We're going to get to that. I got it.
All right.
Okay. They need slaves in gold, they say.
That's a great point there, Saw. And for the record, man, what I tell y'all, man. I told you he was just like people say the Africans enslaved the African, the Nubians enslaved the Nubians. Man, you got different tribes, bro. For real. Like, he just mixing all that shit together. On purpose.
But I paused again. So I pretty much did already. I read the back treaty before this. I was telling you.
Oh, all right. All right, go ahead.
That's right. So look at all this gold and shit they bringing them. Look at these Nubians right here bending down in the middle. Bending down, honoring and praising the Egyptian, the non-black. So this tribute scene is black folk bowing down to, bending a knee. You see them right here, like giving praise to their master, the dominant force. I'm not making this up. I'm breaking down this tributary scene. They're bringing trinkets, gold, animal skins, and everything to the Egyptians. Who are they paying tribute to in this scene? Let's look at the Caucasian man that they're bringing this to. Let's slide this over to the right. Bam! King Tut. You see?
Hey, a funny guy, yo. Did we just not read that you're not supposed to use that? Is this man in the 1700 show? Obviously not. Got earphones on. Why is he doing that? Why is he playing with us like that in front of our face? Look at him. I'm going to show you some more Egyptians in the scene too while he's playing. This is all stylized art for the record too.
See this Caucasian?
Caricature. Okay? It's like in a magazine where everybody's perfect. But let's move on.
Man right here. King Tut. King Tut right here is who they paying tribute to. And you have a lady who's a fan bearer fanning him. This Caucasian here on the right. This Caucasian they paying tribute to is nothing like these folk right here. These black folk, aka Negroids.
So he calling the Nubians Negroid black folks. So while he called them Negroid black folks, then we would have to safely say, based off the work Crano Egyptica by Samuel Morton, that the Negroes are numerous in Egypt, all over the goddamn place, from the Red Sea to the Nile Valley, everywhere. Since he's want to call them Negroes and people Caucasians, so you got Caucasians and Negroes all in Egypt, based off what Chief X is saying. That's why I asked the question. That's why he bug danced yesterday. He said they Negroes. Now, I don't use that type of terminology because it's racist. Let's finish.
Are slaves and been given to this Caucasian King Tut. They're different. It's a difference. I need Jabari to answer to this specific thing. Why are these dark black folk on the right here riding, bringing animal skins and golds and paying tribute to this Caucasian King Tut? Now, King Tut is part of the Armana family. The Armana family have been found.
Can you stop one more time, man?
DNA. Okay, I paused it.
Because you hitting me with some stuff here, man. You said King Tut was a Caucasian man?
King Tut, Queen T, and all these
What?
people. All these people.
Oh, come on, Chief X, man.
Listen to what I'm saying. Anybody can research every single word I say and find it to be.
King Tut ruled. He was ruling in the 18th dynasty at the same time Akhenaten was.
Right. They, like I said before, you got to understand. I'm showing you primary evidence. Now.
So let's go to the primaries. Let's go to the primary evidence then. All right. Okay. We back at that scene again. The Metropolitan Museum. Nubian tribute presented the king to the king. All the way to the right is Akhenaten, but look at these Egyptians right here too. These are Egyptians too. See? Facing the Nubians. See? Look at the skin color on the Egyptian. Look at the skin color on the Nubians. Let me try to, hold on. Let me see something here. You see how they dress, right? Hold on. Make this a little more small. Make this just big. Hold on, y'all. All right. Okay. Let me see if y'all can see it good. All right. So, see the large figures? The large figures are Egyptians. See? King Tut is lighter than everybody because it's symbolic. That's what they're doing. But look at these Egyptians. These just got the same color as these Nubians. All these different registers, these are all Egyptians. And you know, the sa.neter scholars can correct me, but I know I'm cooking with hot grease, right? I think these would be different groups. They certainly address differently. If y'all just pay close attention, why would he say that? And so let's get to what it really is, right? It's the Tim Hughes scene. Okay. All right. Let's see what kind of slave it is. They bringing the goods. Okay. Yes, captives are depicted. Why are they saying captive? Captives. Why are they saying that? But they're best understood as war captives or forced laborers, not ethnic slaves of Nubians by Nubians. But why would he lie like that? Why would he lie like that? Academic interpretation, Egyptological consensus. These individuals are Egyptian war captives. Egyptian texts, iconography consistently show captives presented as part of state tribute, captives taken during Egyptian military campaigns in Nubia, delivered by local Nubian elites acting under Egyptian authority. sa.neter is not enslaving his own people independently. He is administrating Egyptian imperial extraction system. Syrian rulers delivered Asiatic captives. Libyan chiefs delivered Libyan prisoners. Nubian elites under Egyptian rule function as colonial intermediaries. 18th dynasty, Lower Nubia, fully incorporated into Egyptian state. Nubian princes were educated in Egypt, wore Egyptian dress. We see how they was dressed. Nefer kneeling posture is not an ethnic humiliation, like Chief X kept saying. It is imperial symbolism. The whole damn thing is symbols. It's a slave misleading modern category. Egyptologists avoid projecting modern shadow slavery backwards. Captives in the New Kingdom were typically prisoners of war, temple laborers, and estate workers. Soldiers in training. Some Nubians became elite archers. Legal status varied, was not racially fixed. Important correction to common misleadings, misinterpretation. Nubians were enslaving Nubians for Egyptians. Scholarly reality, Egyptians conquered Nubia, extracted labor, captives, Nubian administrators, enforced imperial policy. Man, yo. Man. Comparative imperial context for clarity. This is analogous to the Roman Gauls collecting taxes for Rome. African intermediaries under European colonial rule. Assyrian vassal kings delivering captives. No serious historian treats those cases as self-enslavement. No serious historian treats cases as self-enslavement. Bottom line, yo, Chief X is a damn pseudo, and we caught his hand in the cookie jar. These represent Egyptian war captives delivered by colonized Nubian elites. As part of the New Kingdom imperial administrator. No evidence of Nubians broadly enslaving Nubians. This scene reflects Egyptian power projection, not Nubian social norms. What the hell? Yo, on that drunken ship. Will you be drinking before the lecture, yo, and you just say anything out your mouth? We call that drunkenship. Crazy. All right, got all that wrong. Where we at? Go through all that. That's Reggie. Let me see.
What you do is now you bring in a primary. So here's the 8th century Arabic letter to the king of Nubia, right? So this is the actual write-up, and this is the translation. Now, what one of the bomb squad members actually said is that even though around, I guess, the period of 759 or before, the Bach Treaty was started, but the Arabs had been defeated going into Dongola. That's where you get the term snipers, right? And that from that point on, they were having problems. So this is a letter from the governor of Egypt to the Africans, right? It says to continue, you sing, you know that by what an agreement was made with you and the fulfillment of it, which you took upon yourselves, preserving your blood and your property. You fulfill it. God bless and exalt it. He says in his book, fulfill the compact of God when you made a compact, right? So they're complaining that the Africans are not fulfilling the contract.
Historical and biocultural.
For Chief X, he took on the greatest minds right here, and the young brothers.
And
Now-
I need you guys to
Now,
Yeah, so Reggie actually shows how the news wasn't even fulfilling the daggone tribute. This is in the Islamic time period. I don't even know why he conflated the two. He just was all over the place, man. Nobody actually does that. Nobody actually tries to prove Islamic or Nubian tribute to Islam to Islamic powers to the daggone quote unquote King Tut. Thousands of years in between. One time period is talking about a tribute state, and one time period is simply talking about tribute. Wow. This one I pop on here.
Chief X, you know I gotta show the people this. I took a poll, and
yeah,
I
I know. Yeah, I
who
know.
we going with,
I'm in enemy territory, sir.
and they got 27% Chief X, 73% the panel.
Yeah. Well,
And now you know your homeboy just came up in the building. He might want to say hi to you before you leave.
I got a quick question.
He got a quick question for you, Chief. He's mad. He looking mad too, Chief.
Why you lying, nigga? At no point.
Oh no! Oh, come on, man. We don't want to do that, brother.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. So
I
why?
want to show up
Hold
though.
on. I'm not. I want to know why can he call people liars? And when I say it, it's an issue. I know how to handle myself.
But I don't want to mess the show up though, brother.
I know how to handle myself though. I'm saying, why would this man get up on this panel, which is international, and lie to people and tell them that he turned the pseudo killers on calling Black Egypt? Why would he lie like that? Like, why would he phantom such nonsense like that? Like, why would he do that? He's the man who just now called North Africa, Caucasian North Africa, and Mediterranean North Africa. So I'm gonna do a show tomorrow. It's gonna kill all that dead. Easy work. Easy work. So what I'm saying is, I have a source that I've been using for years, right? It's called the Egyptian race argument on Wikipedia. And I always said that the Egyptians are not black, not white, okay? Because that's an anachronism, right? But they are indigenous Africans ranging in skin color. That's what I've always said, bro, for the last 15 years.
Let me
so
address
all that hoopla and bull crap that he trying to give people is crazy. Can you share my screen so I can get this nigga out of here real quick? Listen, no, I don't want to talk to you.
Hold on. Stop. No.
Try to have a dialogue with him. Don't run, man.
No. I don't talk to the track.
Okay, cool. Let me just say something before. Let me say something.
Yeah, I want you to go so I can get you out of here real quick.
Relax, breathe, bro.
Hey, Chief X, did you call it Caucasian North African?
Bro, I'm about to tell you everything. I'm gonna
Hear about the answer, Unc. Let him answer.
Okay. Make sure he answer that, because I don't want him to act like he ain't safe, like he did everybody else. There's 3 things, bro. You ain't turned nobody on that. And the next 2 things, did you call it Mediterranean North Africa and Caucasian North African? And did you say the Berbers was not indigenous Africans?
Oh, man.
Yeah, get that straight. Yeah. Hurry up, though. What you gonna say?
Okay.
I'm here. The click. Come on, son. You can literally just get them out of here quick. Clicking. Yeah, you supposed to look up shit, though. Click. Yeah, you supposed to click it, though. You supposed to look up shit. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, boy, we act a plum fool. That should be fun, though, yo. All right, here we go. Let's finish hearing what he's saying. Let me see how this went. Let me see.
No.
I get some out of here quick. Yeah.
I see.
Quickly. Yeah, I got mine right here, yo. I keep mine on me.
Can I go now?
Yeah, go, Chief.
Relax.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't make up nothing. Okay.
Yeah, you.
No, I don't. I don't make up nothing.
Let him go, Unc. Please let him go. Because when you go, I'm gonna tell him to be quiet too.
Big up to the bomb squad, man. Them brothers is growing, yo. I
Oh
like
my
that.
God, man! Why you let this?
Yeah, man. So I just be at this point, you know what I mean? Because I can't actually stand Chief X, but I'm working on myself, right? And I just be having fun at this. I'm having fun though. I'm messing with him, maybe. You know what I mean? I just don't like the fact that the man went into my personal. Since y'all know the background, the man went into my personal information based off of online engagement. He goes into my personal information. He goes into ownership of a bookstore, right? He lies to people for 5 years, yo. And I just got tired of it, man. I did the interview. Go look at the interview on my channel where I get my partner with the bookstore, and my partner outrightly said, I ain't had no damn money. Unc gave me the money. But I didn't feel like I had to tell everybody that. But this man, right, man, because he can't hang with the scholarship, he went into my personal life. That's why I be wilding out on Chief like that. Seriously. That's why, man. No other reason, y'all. I can have a conversation with damn near anybody, but when a man go personal like that and try to destroy my good name, you know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not a perfect dude. Not saying I am. But god dang, man, let's just keep it right here, man. Let's finish this interesting conversation. And I came up here anyway because we want to make sure something at the channel, bro. While you're at it, man, like and subscribe. Hit the damn Cash App too, man. Y'all playing, man. Nobody hit no Cash Apps. Y'all playing right now, man. I know I cannot believe y'all playing. Y'all gotta stop playing, man. Come on, stop playing. Hit the Cash App, man. Show some love, man. Let me drop the Cash App, man, and see what it do on Friday. Let's say we can generate some cold hard cash. Let's see. Let's see how the people feeling today. Let's see how the people is feeling today. What's up, Benny? I see you. Donna Griffin. Yeah. Let me see what we doing, man. We at the hour and 30 minutes. Let me see where y'all at. I'm a double drive in. No. I ain't. No, that's the video. That's the video. It ain't frozen. It's the video. It's the video. I just stopped the video. I'm on here. Watch. Just a video. It's the video. See?
Appreciate that, brother. Like that,
Well, you ain't ready yet, Chief. So he talking to you. Get ready.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
I was trying to say something. Okay. My screen didn't pop up.
No. Yeah, I see it now.
Well, I don't see it. Okay.
There you go.
You quit your stuff quicker than mine, so I got that cheap shit.
It is live.
Okay.
Hey, I am live. I am live, ladies and gentlemen. Hell, I'm live. Shoot. It's live. I'm live. I'm just back and forth with the video. Come on now, let's get it together, man. Your believing brain will get you every time. All right, let's go. All right, here we go.
Quick. I didn't make this up. North Africa is considered Mediterranean Africa because of its northern coast, including Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, shares the same Mediterranean climate, history, and culture as Southern Europe.
Yeah, because of its Mediterranean coast, because of its northern coast. Okay, which includes Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya, and shares the same Mediterranean climate. Why does he keep over-whooping the Mediterranean? Did we just not read and say, don't call them people Mediterranean? Did we just not read that? Yeah, we did, man. We did. But why does he keep overemphasizing? Because he has a axe to grind with indigenous culture. See, he mad at people that claim that the Africans that's in West Africa are the same Africans that's in the Nile Valley. No scientifically literate person ever claims that. We understand the diversity of the continent of Africa, different political polities, different culture, a whole lot of everything. See, we recognize that. This guy, on the other hand, right, in this attempt to fight against that, he clumped all the shit together. Try hard. Mediterranean. Why is he reading this?
The region is bordered by the north by the Mediterranean Sea. Have you these cats ever looked at a darn?
Now look, Easy Band. See, Easy Band. See, Easy Band don't know shit. And check this out, Easy Band. I ain't mad at you, bro. But I see you got the fist up, you got the arm up. You think he getting somewhere, right? You don't know what you're talking about when it comes to this subject, yo. Calm down. Calm it down. Look at him. He cheering Chief X. Look. Yeah, crazy. Easy Band got a long way to go. I think I can talk to Easy Band. I think I can get Easy Band up to speed. We had a great conversation after the show. We stayed on the show and was off. We had a great conversation. Got a little crazy, ended up kicking him off for a minute, playing with him, but I don't have a problem with talking to Easy Band. But I'm here. And I'm up for the damn challenge. I most certainly am. Let's keep going.
Map. Okay. North Africa is considered Mediterranean Africa. You can look that up anywhere in the world you want. I'm right. Stop playing.
Hey, Bomb Squad, take notes.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
Go ahead, sir. Watch this.
What I said, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on.
Let him go, Unc. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Have some discipline. Put me on the screen, sir. So we all know and learned that North Africa is Mediterranean Africa in general.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever said that Egypt, North Africa are not African people. That's something Ankh is making up. I said that at the beginning of the show. Egyptians are African. So what Ankh does, we all know that Egyptians are African people who vary in range from light to dark. That's true, but it's also him being manipulative.
That's true, but that's me being manipulative. How? I'm just reading what the shit say. So I'm being manipulative? How am I being manipulative? What the hell is going on here? How am I manipulating any situation? I'm being manipulative because I've been reading the same source for the last 10 damn years. Here's the source, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the manipulative guy. I'm manipulating people. How? How? How the hell am I manipulating? Look, I ain't doing nothing but reading what the work say. I'm not an expert in this. I'm just reading what they saying. What the hell? Here you go. Look, how am I? Here you go. I say mainstream Western scholars reject the notion that Egypt was white or black civilization. They maintain that applying modern notion of black or white race in ancient Egypt is anachronistic, meaning you're applying something that did not apply in that back in ancient times. It said, in addition to scholars reject the notion implicit of black or white Egyptian hypothesis that the ancient Egypt was racially homogeneous. Instead, skin color varied between the peoples of Lower Egypt, Upper Egypt, and Nubia, who rose to power in various eras of ancient Egypt within the Egyptian history. It says, despite multiple foreign invasions and demographics were not shifted substantially by large migrations. That's all. I'm just reading that. Man, what the hell's going on here? Somebody scamming? I think he's scamming. Not manipulating nobody. Why would he say that?
Nobody gives a darn about dark to light. There's dark Cambodians. That don't mean they black. There's dark Samoans. That don't mean they're black. There's dark Native Americans. Darker than Sarah.
Wait a minute. Did we not show you the black people article? Remember at the beginning? The black people. Why does he keep talking about black? Nobody in academia is actually saying that. But it's Chief X. He makes an argument so you can argue against a faulty premise. What's the faulty premise? That in today's archaeological surveys or in today's scholarship, that they're actually arguing for black. They don't argue for black. It's just the regular population outside of academia that argues for that. That's just us on YouTube hounding and screaming at each other like we ain't got no damn sense arguing for black, because we read the black people article and it clearly says, However, not all people considered black have dark skin, phenotypic characteristics relevant to such certain facial indigenous. It says indigenous African societies. It say do not use the term black as a racial identity outside of the influence brought by Western culture. Okay. It also says that though it has been applied in many contexts to other groups and is no indicator of any close ancestral relationship whatsoever. So just because you call yourself black don't mean you got ancestry. They coincide with each other. Because we read and it say it is most commonly used for people of African ancestry, indigenous Australians, Malaysians, and Negrito, though it has been applied in many contexts to other groups and is no indicator of any close ancestral relationship whatsoever. So just because you have dark-skinned people in Egypt don't mean there's no ancestral relationship to dark-skinned people in West Africa. Like that's part of the academic standard. And anybody know me, we're going to keep it scientific. If you don't know nothing else about me, you know I'm going to keep it scientific. I'm going to do the best I can do. And I routinely say that indigenous African societies do not use the term black as a racial identity outside of the influence brought by Western cultures, a.e. the Negro. Man, I mean, have I lost my mind? Like, what are we talking about here? Huh. But this guy, on a regular basis, the whole way through, used Caucasian to death. Did he not? He used a obsolete racial classification. Let's click that on. Let's see. Y'all remember this? I call this regular routine racism right here. This is regular racism right here. Y'all don't even understand the racism in this damn thing right here. Y'all don't even get it, do y'all? This is racist. You got the Mongoloid right there, the Caucasoid in the middle, Oceania, upper right, Native American, and Negroid. Make it bigger for y'all. This is racism. You know, like, let me show y'all something. Hold on. 1 second. Man, I'm going to drop the link real quick. Let me see. Ho. Hey. 1 second. 1 second. One. Hold on. 1 second, y'all. This is what I want to show y'all. 1 second. Come right here. It's called Monument F. Okay, Monument F. This is for Sanchez talking crazy. Monument F. Hold on. I'm going to show you how we are applying our racism. Monument F. We don't even know it. Don't even know it, y'all. Monument F. Let's see if I can come up with that. Okay, I got it. Okay. Olmec Art Monument F is a monkey. Oh, man. All right. Right here. See? Monument F. See that? So y'all see that right there, right? Monument F. Sanchez got to say, look at the lineup. A high top fade. Where? In ancient America, high top fade Clippers? Yeah. See, it's your racism. It's your worldview that allows you to think that that's a Negro. And the only reason you think that's a Negro because of this foolery right here. Listen, watch this. Look, man, it's easy to fool. Easy to fool because of this picture right here, y'all. See? They had you thinking that all Africans look like this. So when you see a picture of a person with pronounced lips and all that, the protruding, a mouth protruding forward and all that, that's a nigga. You think all Africans look like that. And all you got to see is this. And when you see this, right? When you see this piece, when you see this, you see this right here, see, then you automatically think that's monument F. Look it up. Beneath the monument, there are offerings including spiders, the howling monkey bone, see, birds, and jaded celt. Okay, cosmology calendar, horizon, based in astronomy in ancient Mesoamerica. Monument F represents a monkey like the second Levanta one, with a head looking upward and the arms against the body folded upward with hands and jawline. It's a damn monkey. But since we can't get past this, bottom left corner, we apply this, which is racist. Why is it racist? Because they got this man half naked, got this man hair combed, you know what I'm saying, and it's a three-piece suit on. Man, Africans wore suits in this time, could wear a damn suit. Like, what are we doing, yo? This is like the 1800s. Plenty of Africans wore suits. But they chose to get you like this with the 5 races. Caucasoid, Mongoloid, Oceania, Native American, and Negroid. These are the terms that Chief X is using because his brain has been colonized. He can't see the subject through his bias. Pseudo X and Pseudo Sanchez, they can't view the data without bringing in a bias of colonialism. This is all he can see. Either one of them. They can't see it no other way. I mean, amazing, man. Yo, listen, man. Look, here, look. See? See? Here you go. In y'all mind, colonial has got you. You actually think this is a Negro. With a fade on, a high top fade. In Mesoamerica, no clippers, pronounced lips, all that. Y'all actually think. And the only reason you think that's a Negro, because they faked you out with this. Right here. That's why you think that. Ain't no other reason. You think that that's the typical phenotypical look of an African. It is not. It's called scientific racism. Man, Pseudo Sanchez and Pseudo X, boy, they playing with y'all. They playing right in front of y'all face. This is a damn monkey, man. Simple as that. It's a monkey. Point blank. They tripping. That's my damn point, man. Come on, man. Mind scramble. Yeah, come on, man. Let's stop. Let's just knock all this off, man. Knock it all off, man. What the hell is this man talking about? Y'all got the source off of Wikipedia. They say that range of skin color. Why am I manipulating people, yo? Talking us to death. Dark don't equate to black. No, dark doesn't equate to common ancestry, my nigga. That's what the source says. Nobody was a Negroid until colonial powers came in. We didn't become Negroids until they said we was Negroid. It wasn't that. Man. Can we find John Henry Clark here? Let's see. Let me see. Hold on. I know we got John Henry Clark talking about this very subject. Let me see if I can get it. See if I can get it. We got this purple sheet. Let me see. Got the sharp suit on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Come on. Oh man, come on, man. Let me see if I can find it for y'all real quick. While we cooking. I see it. Okay, so let's see what John Henry Clark was saying. All right, let's just get this straight. So I don't make up nothing. It's not what I do. I'm not sitting here making up stuff. All right, not even a little bit. All right, damn, y'all can't hear it. Okay, why can't y'all hear this? Remove. I don't see why y'all can't. I don't know why y'all can't hear it. Let me put it up here. Hold on. Let me start over again. Hold on. Man. Span 7. What? We hear you, but we don't hear the video. All right, I'm doing it right now. See if I can do it. All right. One second. Make sure y'all can hear this. Hold on. Make sure I can hear it. Black. Let me get here. Hold on. Let me see if I'm making it up. Let's see. Let's see who more closer with John Henry Clark and I'm saying. All right, since I'm always the damn bad guy. Okay. Let's see. Well, hold on. Shit. I'm gonna make sure I got it right. Why y'all can't? All right. All right. Okay, let me see right now. All right, here we go. Let me see right now. One second. I'm gonna get it right now. All right. Here we go. Here we go.
of different people and migrations of people into your country, migrations of people out. All right. Now, this is an ethnic grouping as against what we call race. If you go back and you look at an old dictionary, you won't even find a definition for a race. Race grew out of the pseudoscientific development of Europe. And this is what Rogers was addressing himself to, and saying that according to your rule, which is ridiculous, a lot of you belong to us.
Well, in another context, if race is arbitrary, then could we say that being called black was a political term?
It's a political term, and a term which indicates our self-awareness at this juncture in history. And I think we really need it. We need to really bathe in blackness for a while, but I wish we'd get the bath over with and go on to something a little more important, because black in itself is not an ethnic term. Black tells you how you look, but it don't tell you who you are. We are essentially an African people. Wherever we live on this earth, we're essentially an African people. And we relate to the millions of African people throughout the world, including the uncounted millions of Africans in Asia. The word Afro-American or African-American would probably be more appropriate and more honest and more in keeping with what we actually are, because all of us are not positively, physically, real jet black. And so the argument now sometimes is between the supernationalists and the mild nationalists and blacker than thou, when blackness is a state of mind, a state of attitude, a state of approach to things that can exist in almost any of us, including from the blonde black person to the jet black. And the jet black can be traitors, and they can be patriarchs. They can be a whole lot of. See, we've been everything in history from saint to buffoons. We are complete people, and we need to start looking at ourselves as a complete people. And I think that once we convinced ourselves that we're black and beautiful, we'll stop saying it and just go ahead and be black and beautiful and release a whole lot of energy for more important things.
All right, since you said that J.A. Rogers was...
That man said a lot, yo. He said black was created and race was created by pseudoscientific Europe. It was pseudoscientific, man. So don't hate me, hate the game. He said once we stop basking in blackness and stop arguing over it's a state of mind. There's no nation called the Black Nation. Y'all act like y'all can't think sometimes. I'm not even saying this audience. I'm saying just at a certain point, we gotta lean on the elders, when they're correcting what they're saying. We can look all this up. All the articles I just presented clearly shows y'all that. So I don't know why a dude come on here and try to use that against us. It's all about raising the game, man. So this is John Henry Clark's critique on black. What it is okay. We use it. Now it's time to move forward. It's a pseudoscientific rule that they came up with race and all that. So we ain't got to keep using that. Our brain does not have to see the world through colonialism. It's a political statement. That's why I said I use it for political statement. But when we deal with anthropology and evolutionary theory to explain the population and population genetics, there's no room for that. And so we will come right here. Okay? Let's come right here real quick, right? Because we definitely cooking with hot grease, right? We'd like to come here and share something with y'all. The Mediterranean. Okay? And if you look at this map very closely, right? You look at the climate. The yellow. Regions with Mediterranean climates. Do you see that? Egypt doesn't necessarily have Mediterranean climate. See California over there? There's places in California that has CSA, Mediterranean climate. Places in South Africa have Mediterranean climate. Places in Northeast Africa have Mediterranean climate. It's just on the border do you see Mediterranean climate. That coast, okay? So let's get that straight. Are you talking about Mediterranean climate, Mediterranean people? You can't say Mediterranean people. That's not par. That's not how the experts said. I read all that. I talked about all that, right? Okay? Mediterranean basin, okay? but this is actually a map, right, of where the Mediterranean climate is. And you definitely have it in the United States and all that. But that don't mean because there's climate there that those people are Mediterranean, even if there is such a thing. Just want to make that sure. And this is something that most of you are not actually familiar with. So I want to come here to this abstract about what that Mediterranean actually is. The Mediterranean, the Asian and African roots of the cradle of civilization. It's a great paper right here. It's simply making a point here that nobody actually talks about willfully and on purpose. What actually is the Mediterranean besides climate? First of all, we know that the Mediterranean was not essential. Listen to me closely. The Mediterranean was not essential, okay, to the root and the beginnings of Nile Valley culture and civilization. We also know for a fact that Alexandria is not an indigenous city, that's a Greek city. You can take the library with it too. The Great Library of Alexandria. It's not an indigenous thing. Dendera, right? That temple, Dendera, it's an old Egyptian temple that they co-opted, where you find astrology. They can take that too. That's not an indigenous idea, astrology. It's the Greek temple. Okay? So we got that clear. These are the things you have to know when you put the damn picture together. So let's just be clear on what we're actually saying so we understand that. What the hell is the Mediterranean? In antiquity, the regions encompassed by the Mediterranean Sea were extremely fertile, allowing rapid prosperity. Now, I told you that the Mediterranean was not essential to the organization, to the development, and to the origin of Nile Valley culture. Why? They didn't deify. They call it the Great Sea. Did they deify the Great Sea? No. Why didn't they deify it? Because indigenous cultures, they take things that are central to their environment and they deify it. How important was the Mediterranean Sea in the early days in the development of Nile Valley culture? Obviously, it was not, because they did not deify it. They deified the Nile Valley. Happy. It's a deity. They did not make the Mediterranean, they call it the Great Sea, the Great Green. They did not make it a god. You can't drink salt water, ladies and gentlemen. You can drink the water of the Nile. Later on, you can fish. Later on, you can trade. Later on, you can build ships to navigate the Mediterranean. But in the early days, you wasn't doing none of that. And oh, by the way, while we at it, look up the weather in Alexandria. It can get cold, icy, sleet. That's a mixture of snow and rain. Ain't no naked people hanging out in the snow and the rain. Let's get that straight. Okay? So the Mediterranean in antiquity encompasses the Mediterranean Sea, were extremely fertile, allowing rapid prosperity. It say with wealth combined with easy communication between the banks contributed to rich and successful transmission of knowledge, especially during the first millennium BCE, which turned the Great Sea, that's what they called it, the core of ancient history. It say later, the Mediterranean civilization was acknowledged as fundamental political, cultural, artistic, and religious substratum for the construction of the so-called Western world. Say it again. Later, the Mediterranean civilization was acknowledged as a fundamental political and cultural, artistic, and religious substratum for the construction of the so-called Western world. Yet, it was in Egypt, which is in Africa, and Mesopotamia, which is in Western Asia, during the 4th and 3rd millennium BCE, that many of these foundations were first set. So the foundation of what you're calling Mediterranean culture is African culture and Mesopotamian Western Asian culture. I'm going to say this one more time for those on the slow bus, the short bus, the ignorant, the pseudo amongst us. Mediterranean culture is actually indigenous Nile Valley culture with communication from indigenous Mesopotamian Western Asian culture, and they come together in that particular ocean, that area made for easy communication and transference of products and goddamn goods. The ancient Mediterranean world was not just influenced by its African and Asian neighbors, but was in fact defined by the profound communion at all levels, scientific level, growing crop level, building weapons level, any level you can think of, it was influenced by that. At all levels between these different regions, in the 21st century, however, many European countries still insist in portraying themselves as direct heirs of the combined Greco-Roman Judeo-Christian traditions, disregarding, like pseudo-X do, and a lot of people amongst you, disregarding their African and Asian roots. As a result of this flawed self-perception, a gap between Europe, Africa, and Asia came to be, bearing deep consequences to the present. What's the deep consequences? People come up here and lie about what they think the Mediterranean is. It say, with this contribution, we aim to reclaim the impact of these legacies to the construction of the cradle civilization. That's the damn Mediterranean. Make them explain this to you. If you want to copy this, I got it. We sourced up around here, for real. Mediterranean, Asian and African roots, the cradle civilization, chapter 1. Oh, what tangle where we weave when at first we practice to deceive. I'm gonna stop right there because I got like 5 more of these. I handled the DNA on this show. I handled what the Mediterranean was. I handled the Caucasian. I handled all that nonsense, man. Easy work for those who are scientifically literate. Easy work for those who are not drinking while doing scholarship. Easy work. Now, I'm going to drop the link. First of all, let's check the cash app. First of all, I mean, look. Yeah, we playing? I don't know. Are we playing? What we doing? Man, we up here working. We working, man. Pay the workers. Y'all funny, man. Let me drop that, man. Drop that. Show some love, man. Somebody say Uncle Ruckus. Yo, kicking Uncle Ruckus scholarship. Now, the reason we stay away from the term black, because the term black does not denote common ancestry. Right? We get specific on the name. So we talked about a few things. We talked about the relationship between the Nubians and the Egyptians, right? We talked about it wasn't just one Nubian tribe like he made it. We talked about the tribute, the difference between the tribute and in the Islamic period, right? And we talked about the tribute state that wasn't a regular occurrence like Chief X tried to say. We talked about the misuse of the pseudoscientific term Caucasian. That's why I call him ex-pseudo, because he uses pseudoscientific terms in 2026 to describe an indigenous African population. Then we put right in real time, go back and rewind, we put the daggone article, we put this article right here that everybody think they understand, which they don't. We put this article right here in the chat GPT and ask some pertinent damn questions on what the hell it was talking about, since most of y'all won't be able to read and understand the damn thing anyway. All right, we put this article in ChatGPT, whole genome ancestry of the old kingdom. We put that in the ChatGPT, go back and rewind it, and we ask it, is this article saying that these people are Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, or Caucasian, or are they indigenous African people? Let me calm down. Yeah, Merlin stand up. Bobby banging this bitch. Y'all know what it is, man. Man, somebody better get him, man. Go get that man, yo. He's out of order, man. He's wild. He's lost his mind. He's flagrant. Flag on the play. Lucky ain't on my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the community of skeptics and the pseudo killers. Come on, man. Where my Egyptian brothers at? Where y'all at? Jump on the topic. Stop playing, man. I'm going to use scientific literacy all day, every day. If you got a comment, man, come on, jump on real quick, man. Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Hit that daggone Cash App, show some love, man. It's Friday. And you know we got to get paid. Yeah, man, did you want me to play a clip? Hold on, let me see. There's a clip here. Let me see if I can. Man. Download. Hold on. I ain't even, man, I got so much fire, yo. Man, I got fire for days, man. I swear I do, yo. I'm just getting started, yo. I got fire for days, yo. For days. We're going to get some nut to try to act like that I was trying to say they was black, too. What's up, Joe, man? Pseudo killer.
Peace. What up,
Hey.
Man, that man made a mess of that. That man made a mess of that show. He destroyed it, man. And you know why he uses those terms, right?
Wow.
Because that's the only way he'll have a talking point. Right. If he takes this time and reads the up-to-date information that's out there right now, all his talking points evaporate. Poof. He's gone.
Poof, poof.
Poof. We don't have nothing to talk about. Yeah. Yeah, man. So and look, hey man, shout out to the young bloods, man, the bomb squad. They burnt them.
Yeah,
they burnt them, and Reggie burnt them. Especially the young brother with the bomb squad. He got it written in the back of him. You know, I don't know his name, but he got bomb squad like in back of him. Shorty burnt them. Yeah, he got him on the DNA, and on how, you know, Chief S messing up, calling them people Caucasians. Really?
I mean,
really?
Yeah, he played too much, yo. We can go to DNA. I got so much stuff. Like, come
so
on,
look,
bro. The DNA we go to that puts, if we deal with the P2, which Samantha Cater deal with, yo, that connects all of that.
Listen to this, though. Listen to this. You got to find that clip. Because Chief X made the same mistake Ron Brown made. Remember Blurm ship?
Yeah.
Blurm, we got Drunkum ship, Blurm ship, and my man, Stuart Tyson all get cooked in that clip if you play it. All three. Find that clip. All of them get burnt in that clip I dropped in there.
Oh, I got it. Hold on. Chief X is definitely Drunkum ship, yo.
Drunkum ship. We got Blurm ship. We got Drunkum ship. You know, I don't know what these guys be doing, man. I don't know why they won't just stick to what the experts say, man.
I don't know, bro. Here you go.
So Blurm ship, I used one of his own ones that he cited. I used them to get them back. Right. Yeah, play that.
Here we go.
Maybe you mentioned it and I missed it. Yeah, no, I didn't really address it particularly, but again, it goes back to the dynamics of ethnic identity, and because they did refer to themselves as Cushites, right? So not as Egyptians, right? And so I think that's part of that, creating that contrast. But the thing about ethnicity too is that it's mutable and it's socially contingent, which means it plays out in different social contexts in different ways. And so we have Tutankhamun in his tomb representing himself as looking pretty Egyptian. But yet, like you say, we have other examples where Kushite kings are represented in a more Kushite format, looking darker with a physiognomy that we usually associate with peoples farther south. And that also plays out at Thebes during the period of the dynasty, when these Indian kings are represented in tombs. You have these kind of dual modes of representation, sometimes in a more Egyptian mode with these kind of Egyptian features, sometimes in a more Nubian mode. And we see that also earlier, where people, depending on, again, whether a Nubian prince, for example, is participating in a grand ideological ceremony as the tamed enemy of Egypt, paying homage to the king, he has to look Nubian. But in his own tomb, he represents himself as Egyptian. And so that's why the color wasn't the absolute, but it depended on the context, and it's a kind of symbolic signaling, not in the sense of not that sense of absolute color. And again, there were differences for sure. Yeah, and again, there would have been this variability as you go. People get darker. That's kind of what they're recognizing. But they would emphasize that when they want to make a point about difference.
Yeah, so there you have it. People don't even understand. They don't understand. Man, listen, bro. So this material,
so it flips back.
Huh? Couldn't hear you. Say it again.
I said it flips back. It flips back and forth. He represents himself as a Nubian. Sometimes he represents himself as an Egyptian. I mean, what you gonna do with that?
Yeah, they wasn't like.
And so look, listen. Chief Messy X said yesterday that the Nubians were subservient to the Egyptians. He doesn't even understand that relationship.
Yeah,
he don't get it.
Yeah, we get him. We got
one of your young bomb squad dudes say, yo, the one that I'm saying that had the stuff behind him, he said, yo, you squeezing all these years into a very short section. Yeah. You're not even dealing with the whole totality of these dynasties and all. Mm-mm. So hey, there you go, bro.
Yeah, they look. Man, we're gonna get right back at this Friday, yo. So we're getting right back at this in about a couple hours, man. I got some work to do. Got 165,000 in the building, man. Show some love, man. Friday, man. Hit that Cash App, man. I'm gonna let Humble come on real quick. Humble Bomb Squad, what's up with you, man? You want to throw something in, yo? Because we about to get up out of here, yo. You want to say something?
Blessings, my bad.
Real quick, Humble Bomb Squad, what's up with you, man? Yeah, meet out your thing.
Hold on 1 second. My fault. Listen, man, I was trying to catch the show. I came up a little late. My bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, when you get a chance, back over that.
Huh?
When you get a chance,
good work yesterday, Humble.
I appreciate you. Hey, Side, did sa.neter check his email, his text messages?
I'll get him to check it. I got you.
Good looking. Thank you,
I got you. My man Ngozi want to have a sit down with y'all. Me and Ngozi.
Okay. Hey, listen, whenever y'all ready.
All right. You got a number? What you got? You got an email? What you got?
Yeah, I got a number. I'm gonna put it in your back check. Matter of fact, you supposed to text me up.
You ain't sending it.
I'm gonna send you my number again in the back chat.
All right, send it to me so I can call you. Yo. Get together. We got some things we gotta all tweak. Some shit y'all gotta tweak, yo. I got y'all back, yo.
Let me
got y'all back for sure.
Hold on, let me get my number here.
Joe, we got the Baltimore crew in here. Everybody from Baltimore. Joe, Humble.
You know it.
You ain't put it in there. Let me see. All right, hold on.
I just sent it to you in the back chat.
All right, I got it. Hold on. Let me write it down. Hold on. Let me write it down. Say we can pass some notes back and forth, yo.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Hey, listen, I don't know if y'all be checking y'all back checks, man, but when I'm on a panel, I'm always sending y'all something in the back chat. Like so if y'all, like, for instance, the other day you was doing a talking point. I forget what it was about. Actually, I can go look it up real quick. And I put something in your back chat to be like, no, that wasn't true. So you could look back there and be like, oh, okay, so this supported. Man, listen, I'm always up on the information. I think it's Rob Kufu. People be calling they be calling on him to get the fact checks and stuff. That's what I do right there. That's my That's my expertise.
All right. Got you, yo. I got you. I just text you. Got it?
Hey, you is not saying Humble and them is local, yo. Hey, Humble, y'all in B-more?
Yeah, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah.
Man, we need to link up. What the heck?
Hey, listen, I go downtown all the time, my brother. I go downtown all the time.
Man, we tried to get him to the Nildy Grass. We remember the nigga wasn't around.
Hey, listen, I don't know if y'all know, but it be some ISUPK Hebrew Israelites, right? They be down there by the little the World Trade Center sometimes. Sometimes they be in front of the little store. I be down there chatting it up with them.
No, you don't.
Yes,
all right. Hey, look, man, I'm gonna put my number in. Hold, wait a minute. I'm gonna put my number in the back chat.
All right,
when you go on down there, shoot a brother a text. Hey, look, they kicked me out their temple, yo. I went to that temple, yo. They threw me out, yo.
Listen,
that was some wild cats, yo.
Hey, look, we out of here, man. I gotta get up.
All right, man. Hey, good show,
All right, Humble. Go back and watch the show. Take some notes, yo. This is how you get it. That's how you get it.
You got Humble's number?
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna text it to you.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, man. Y'all holler. Y'all be easy. Hey, pseudo killers tonight,
Yeah, all day. All day.
All right, man.
Peace. All right, man.
The HOK is the toughest environment. And or at your own risk is the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Yeah, stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah. No handouts here. You have to earn your respect. And when you do, you make they ass regret. They call it the toughest. And the title is earned from the bridges we crossed and the lessons we learned. In a cold-blooded kingdom, a concrete cage. Muslim, Christian, Israelites step on the stage. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. In a cold-blooded kingdom, sa.neter created. HOK, where you can't fake it. The HOK is where you fight back. No room for error, no window attack. It's a masterclass, how you handle the heat. Where the pedigree is written on the concrete streets. Toughest environment, yeah, we know the score. Locked in on debate and asking for more. The HOK is the toughest in